A crackling audio file begins circulating online. Low quality, compressed, recorded off another screen. But the voice, unmistakable. He's calling from inside a federal prison. And what he allegedly says on that call, it detonates the internet. This is the story of a titan stripped of everything he once commanded. The stages, the boardrooms, the empire. Reduced to a monitored phone line and a prison library. But even confined, he refuses to stay quiet. He claims he's not broken. He claims the storm will pass. And then, he makes a statement that nobody expected. What did he say? Why is it everywhere? And who was he really talking to? Stay locked in, because this story gets a lot darker before it gets any clearer. When a titan who once commanded stages and boardrooms is suddenly heard speaking from inside a cell, the contrast alone is catastrophic. The call wasn't supposed to be public. That's exactly what makes it powerful. It feels unfiltered, unmanaged, raw. And in the age of curated personas, raw audio feels like truth, even when the full context is still missing. Within minutes of the clip surfacing, timelines flood. Reaction channels loop the same 15 seconds on repeat. Comment sections detonate. Supporters claiming the statement proves resilience. Critics insisting it reveals cracks. Everyone dissecting the tone like forensic analysts. His voice sounds different, less amplified, less theatrical. Still controlled, but stripped of every echo chamber he once commanded. And then comes the statement, allegedly made on record, allegedly captured knowingly, allegedly intended for one specific person, but now belonging to the entire world. It isn't long. It doesn't need to be, because a single line delivered from confinement carries more weight than a stadium speech ever could. In a hotel suite interview delivered days before everything collapsed, he says he's not broken. He says he's still standing. He says this isn't the end. Depending on who you ask, those words sound either defiant or desperate. The internet doesn't wait for transcripts. It decides instantly. Some hear resilience, others hear denial. Some decode hidden messages, others see pure performance. Because once a powerful figure falls into confinement, in this narrative, everything becomes symbolic. The phone call stops being a phone call. It becomes a mirror. And people project onto it exactly what they already believe. For years, this titan built an empire around dominance, control of rooms, control of narratives, control of perception. But the perception has now inverted. He's calling out from behind walls. Walls that represent restriction. Walls that represent vulnerability. Walls that represent the collapse of everything he spent decades constructing. Control. It was always about control. And yet, even from confinement, the voice attempts to reclaim it. That tension is what makes this clip go viral. It isn't just what he says, it's where he says it from. The alleged statement becomes headline fuel. Media outlets frame it carefully. Cautious language, measured claims, but they amplify the drama all the same. Because a prison phone call from a fallen titan isn't just news, it's spectacle. Supporters argue the statement shows composure under pressure. He sounds steady, focused, unshaken. They frame it as proof. The empire may be paused, but it isn't destroyed. Critics argue the opposite. They call confidence from confinement hollow. They say the bravado is disconnected from reality. Every pause becomes hesitation. Every inflection becomes insecurity. This is what happens when power meets its first real limitation. Every breath becomes evidence. The call allegedly includes a moment where he references loyalty. Who's still with him? Who hasn't turned? Who still believes his version of events? And that part hits hard, because loyalty in times of crisis exposes true alliances. Names aren't spoken openly, but listeners hear subtle nods, subtle signals, hints about who might testify. and who might disappear. Speculation spreads faster than the audio itself. Memes emerge within hours. Side-by-side comparisons of past interviews alongside this call. Clips of him declaring invincibility years ago, now set against bars and monitored conversations. The symbolism is impossible to ignore. The Titan who once preached ownership now sounds confined. But then there's a line, brief, sharp, where he allegedly claims he'll expose everything when the time is right. That line is why you're here. And if you want to know exactly what that allegedly means, drop a comment, hit the like button, and let me know if I should pull the full thread on this story. That's the line that really ignites the storm. Exposure implies secrets. Secrets imply others. Others imply collateral damage. And suddenly, this isn't just about one man behind walls. It's about a potential domino effect. People begin asking who he's referencing, what everything really means. Whether this is a threat, a promise, or emotional venting breaking through controlled restraint. The ambiguity fuels engagement. The engagement fuels virality. Within 24 hours, the clip reaches millions. Not because it's long, but because it's loaded. Loaded with contrast. Loaded with tension. Loaded with the spectacle of power contained. His legal team, in this scenario, issues a vague response. They neither confirm nor deny the full context of the call. They remind the public that private conversations can be edited, that partial clips distort meaning. But the internet doesn't slow down. It rarely does. Every analyst, every commentator, every algorithm is now asking the same question. Was it calculated or was it raw? If it was strategic, it's a calculated move to maintain influence even from confinement, a deliberate signal, a reminder that just because the walls are up doesn't mean the game is over. If it was spontaneous, it's raw emotion bleeding through the cracks of a controlled exterior. Either way, it's compelling. Either way, it works. The prison phone system is built to limit exactly this kind of moment. Monitored, recorded, timed, limited. Every word carries risk. Every second costs something. And yet, he chose to speak boldly. That choice alone creates debate. It shapes narratives. Narratives influence perception. Perception influences opportunity. Opportunity influences legacy. Right now, the legacy is suspended in tension. The voice from confinement reaches beyond the walls it originated from. It reaches supporters who still believe in the empire. It reaches critics who feel vindicated. It reaches neutral observers who are simply fascinated by the spectacle. The statement might have been intended for one person, but it landed with millions. That's the reality of the digital era. There are no private moments for public figures in crisis, especially not recorded ones, especially not defiant ones. The question isn't whether this call was real, it's what it represents. A titan stripped of stage lighting, still attempting to command attention. A powerful figure adjusting to limitation while insisting on influence. A voice in a small room, trying to sound larger than the walls around it. And maybe that's why it resonates, because it's human. Even titans confined sound human, breathing heavier, pausing longer, choosing words more carefully than they ever had to before. The storm around him doesn't quiet after the call. It intensifies. Because now there's sound to attach to speculation. There's tone to analyze. There's a promise of future revelations hanging in the air. Whether those revelations ever come, uncertain, but the anticipation alone keeps the fire alive. The empire may be paused, the doors may be locked, but the narrative machine keeps running. And that single recorded moment ensures that even in confinement, the Titan remains at the center of the conversation. Not on a stage, not in a boardroom, but through a crackling line that turned into a viral earthquake. And until something bigger replaces it, that echo will continue to replay, long after the call itself has ended. If this story hit different, subscribe, share this video, and turn on notifications. Because the next chapter of this story is already in motion, and you don't want to miss it.